Royco, welcome to another episode of Afternoon Express. My name is Balisa Dembe, and I hope you're having such an incredible Thursday. Now, I just want to take a moment to salute every single South African who stood in solidarity, whether you marched to Parliament today or whether you completely shut down. I want to honor you. I want to say thank you so much for, of course, celebrating the incredible country that we do have and making and being the change. Now, it's a fantastic Thursday here in studio, and let me tell you something, we've got a lot to talk about. Now, storytelling is the epicenter of human experience. Cultures and society see themselves through the eyes of storytellers, whether it be through writing, music, theatre, or of course current affairs. Now, telling our stories has become more important than ever in light of the ongoing violence on women's bodies in our country currently. Now, in studio today, we meet Malawian-born storyteller Uphile Chisala. Now, she's gained mass acclaim with her release of 2 poetry collections, Soft Magic and Nectar. Women across the globe have found refuge in her healing components of Uphile's work and reflections on womanhood. We also chat to CEO of Sabric, Kalyani Pillay, about telephonic support scams. Plus, we get some expert advice from Chef Oratwa on how to make exquisite desserts to go along with a hearty meal. Now, connect with us online and tell us how you express your inner self. Tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the hashtag Afternoon Express or comment on our Facebook page. Now, our first guest for today is singer and songwriter Jerry Silverman. Her sound can be described as a combination of acoustic, soul-stirring melodies with a mysterious folk pop edge. Now, she lets us in on her budding music journey in performance and her new current single, Comin Done, on top of it all. I can't let you go, indeed, and I wouldn't want you to go anywhere, of course, as we get to know you and your music so stunningly. Now, hit us up on our social media platforms and tell us if you've got any questions for Jerry Silverman, and don't forget to use the hashtag Afternoon Express. Welcome to the Loft, Jerry.
Thank you so much for having me.
No, I'm so glad to have you here, of course. Look, your music is so beautiful, it's so deep. It's kind of the kind of music that you want to take on a long drive. A lot of people, though, in music, they feel like it just came naturally to them. They were born, they felt like they had the talent and they went into it. But your story is a little different. How did you meet music? How did music introduce itself to you?
Yeah, I didn't quite feel like a natural. I was living in New York to study acting, and while I was there, I wasn't sleeping very well, and yeah, poetry and songs started coming to me, and I thought, okay, this is quite interesting. I'll start learning guitar, and that's kind of what I did, and I pieced together these poems that I was writing, and they became songs.
That's so beautiful. I find that's the most authentic, when you don't have to try, where the music brings itself to you and you don't have to go out in search of it.
Yeah, it really, I mean, it has been a real gift, but then at the same time, I wasn't skilled, you know, I didn't play guitar, I wasn't a songwriter, so I really had to, you know, work to get there, to be able to...
Yeah. Well, of course, I always believe that you have to sharpen your craft, sharpen your tools in order to be able to be the best and do the best. And I know you were going in a different angle within acting, and then you went to the Atlantic Acting School, and that is known for its very intense, rigorous training. I mean, how did you find that training journey?
Yeah, the training was really cool. I had never had the experience of like fully immersing myself in, you know, an artistic process where you're not at school where you're studying science or maths. You studying lines and I guess how to be creative and emotional in the moment, how to be really present.
Are you using any of those training skills that you've learned into your performance, or have you kind of left the acting back?
I've kind of left. I mean, of course, I feel like every training that you do, it's in you. So over the years, it's coming through you naturally. But I don't intentionally try to apply it to my music. But obviously, having spent time in front of the camera that's helpful for like music videos and
Yeah,
stuff.
so how have you been able to juggle the two? Have you completely abandoned acting and you've taken your baby up in music, or do you find that you have a passion for both still?
I find that the things, that the acting can be quite seasonal. So my passion is the songwriting, and then I do really enjoy the acting work when it comes around. So I kind of try and make them both work.
Together and harmoniously, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so beautiful, Jerry. So stay right there, because we've asked our people on social media if they've got any questions for you. And we've got one comment here from Unomonde, who says, which artist are you planning to collaborate with? And then, of course, wishing you a very happy spring.
Ooh, thank you. Happy spring. I've absolutely been loving Bongaziwe Mambandla.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, yeah, if there was ever a possibility to collaborate with him, that would be amazing. Really loving Shekinah and Something Soweto. So,
Oh, wow.
but
You've
all possibilities.
you've definitely run with the very strong South African powerhouses, and those voices are just so, they fill up a room.
Yeah, but you know what I love about Bongaziwe's stuff is that it feels so intimate. Like a lot of his songs start with acoustic guitar, and it just sounds so intimate, and then the beat comes in, but it feels just really real. It doesn't feel like overproduced pop or anything.
Well, I think that's the connection that you can make, because you are real yourself, and I'm definitely looking forward to your coming up performance, of course, performing Come Undone. Definitely looking forward to that. Thank you so much, Jerry.
Thank you so much.
Now, after the break, we take a look at telephonic technical support scams. See you after the break.
Express yourself.
Innovative everywhere. We are Sabric.
ever had a call from someone claiming to be a technical support technician call you to offer assistance to remove a virus or malware from your device? Well, this afternoon we have Sabric CEO Kalyani Pillay back in the loft to discuss telephonic technical support scams and what we should look out for so we don't become victims. Welcome back to the loft, Kalyani.
Thank you, Palisa.
Kalyani, what is telephonic technical support scams and how do they work?
Well, what happens is that the technician, or the so-called technician, actually calls you. They go through telephone directories, they get hold of people's addresses and most often phone numbers so that they could call people, they could undertake to be a particular kind of service provider for a particular kind of software company, and most often they know which companies people use. So they would use those companies. They would come up and say to you, look, we're busy with malware that we've seen on this particular device. We're calling on behalf of the particular service provider, and we're just wanting you to download a particular kind of software onto your device so that it clears it. Alternatively, they could also ask you to download certain kinds of device which they would tell you how to go on and how to actually click it. And what you could actually be doing is you could be loading remote access tools to enable them to actually take over your computer. So they can actually get to see what's happening on your device. They can get to see what kind of information you're using. If you're doing your banking on that device, they can get to see the password that you use. They get to see the username that you use. So it's very important for you to know that those technical support scams are actually just scams. They're really about trying to elicit that kind of problem so that you get to think that there's a possibility that somebody is going to be doing something to you. But in fact, it really is about them trying to get access to information that you're using on your computer.
Absolutely. Now, once they've gained this information, what can these criminals find and what can they further access from that?
Well, what they can do is that once they have access to this information, like your username, your password, your PIN number, you know, that kind of information that you normally put on when you're doing your banking, that's the kind of information that they actually look to get hold of. Alternatively, if they get you to download access tools, they can actually get you to collect that information for themselves. So it really gives them the ability to get enough information about you to be able to get into your account. Alternatively, if you're actually putting the information in, they get to see it as well.
What are the biggest telltale signs that this could be a scam? If you get that phone call, because I know for myself, I'm very naive, I'll believe anything.
Sure. And I think the important thing is that to know that this is actually what's happening, is that the criminals actually phone people. They do it throughout the world. It's not just a South African problem. Wow. This is certainly a problem that's across the world.
And lastly, Kalyani, if you find yourself in this very compromised and unfortunate position, what do you do then?
Well, the most important thing is, one, you've got to tell your bank as well, right? So you've got to let your bank know, but you also need to let the police know. So it's very important that the police know and that the bank knows as well.
Absolutely. Thank you so much again, Kalyani.
It's a pleasure.
Now, unfortunately, these types of scams exist all around us. And using these tips, you can better protect ourselves from becoming another statistic. Now, there's no better way to braai than we do here in Umzansi. And with the new Royco liquid marinades, your braai is about to level up. Now, to help and guide us through the best ways for your braai your way is the creator of National Braai Day, Jan Braai. Now, I was so keen to put his braai skills to the test using Royco, so I offered him a little challenge. Check this out. If you've been keeping up with our epic braai challenges these past few weeks, then you're probably getting ready to braai your way this coming weekend. Well, to ignite a little bit more inspiration with Royco, we've got our braai boss, Jan Braai, to put his skills to the test with our next Royco Mystery Box Challenge. Jan, are you ready for your next challenge?
Absolutely.
All of the boxes behind us have a unique ingredient and a Royco marinade. Each of these knives have a label determining which box you're going to choose.
Yes.
So randomly pick a knife and let's see what's inside the box. Jan has 3 knives to pick from, each with the letter A, B or C. I wonder which one he'll choose.
A.
Ooh.
Box number A. It's almost like a game show.
Love that. What's in the box?
Bread is in the box. It's a bread box. White bread, And then there's Royco spare rib marinade.
So what are your thoughts right now? What are you thinking of making? Do you have any ideas jumping out at you?
When I see bread, I usually think braaibroodjies, as in
Yes.
toasted sandwiches in a grid. But that's not going to work on a braaibroodjie, so let's do jaffles.
My first thoughts when it comes to bread is toast. Of course, he's going to make toast. But Jan wants to make something called jaffles.
It's basically a cast iron toasted sandwich maker that you put into the fire.
When is the best time to make a jaffle?
Of course, a fantastic thing to do when you're going camping, and also the day after you had bobotie, because bobotie is a very nice filling for a jaffle. But essentially anything that goes into pies works in jaffles. You can do vegetarian jaffles. This recipe would work with lentils or baked beans.
Sounds delicious. Let's get stuck in.
I use sliced white bread at almost any braai for braaibroodjies, but to then incorporate the mystery Royco ingredient with spare rib marinade, I thought braaibroodjies wouldn't work, but jaffles, and then my mind immediately went to pork mince, because I think the flavor profile of pork obviously works well with a spare rib marinade. Let's do spare rib flavored mince. We add a bit of cheese, butter on the outside, because a jaffle and a braaibroodjie is your chance in life to have your bread buttered on both sides. Most importantly with a jaffle is to butter your bread on the outside so that it's nice and golden brown as a finished product, and also that it doesn't stick to the actual jaffle maker. So that's cooked pork mince. You can also use beef mince. We're just using pork mince today because it's obviously spare rib flavor, so I think that it fits well.
The Royco spare rib marinade is so delicious and adds that decadence that the dish deserves.
Then you mix some spare rib marinade into the pork mince, like that.
Okay, delicious. What else goes into this recipe?
Then we're going to add some grated cheese, like that. That is the filling done. Now we're just going to put it on the bread, butter it on the outside, and we're good to go to the fire.
One jaffle for you, one jaffle for me. Stunning. Should we cut out the edges?
We can. Just to take the edge off.
Just.
Yeah.
All right, and then this goes into the fire now. Nice and toasty.
And we're making a toasty. So you leave that on the fire for about 5 to 10 minutes, and you really only need to turn it once.
Perfect.
You just want everything in the inside to be heated throughout. The cheese should be melted, and the outside's golden brown. Then you're good to go.
This seems like the perfect accompaniment to any braai.
Absolutely. As the cheese melts, all the other ingredients can marry and create the dish. There we go. That's what we call perfection in the industry.
Absolutely. As the jaffle comes off the fire, it's looking golden brown, and I'm not gonna lie, these are delicious. Definitely gonna be a staple in my next braai. Toasted to perfection. It just goes to show that you can create truly delicious meals every time with Royco. If you want in on the action, SMS the keyword Royco to 33650 and you can get this recipe. Stay tuned next week as we put Jan Braai to the test. Those jaffles truly were delicious. Now, who says braaiing is only for the weekends? With Royco marinades, every day should be braai day. Now, if you have your own secrets and hacks, we want to hear all about it. So simply follow the link on our Facebook page and you can stand a chance to win a delicious Royco hamper or the grand prize of a bush getaway. Go to facebook.com/Afternoon Express for more deets.
Make cooking easy with Royco. Delicious every time.
Now, LG's NanoCell range of TVs are the latest and greatest screens on the market. The use of their cutting-edge technology to offer richer, clearer and crisper video. Today, we're joined by LG's brand ambassador, Emerson Hector, to unpack the amazing technology and design behind the stunning TVs. Welcome to the loft.
Afternoon.
It's so good to have you. Now, today we're breaking down the NanoCell TVs. I mean, these are designed perfectly to go along with any room, any lounge. And how was this put together?
Where do I start? We spoke about the OLEDs the last time, right? With the nanocell is what we call your poor man's OLED. We're not that you poor at the end of the day. It's more affordable, and also how it's put together. With the OLED, there's no backlight. With the nanocell, you do have a backlight. However, with nanoparticles, no. How can I put it to you now in layman's terms, just to explain it to you decently? We've what we call in the industry ABC. When A is for your picture quality.
Okay.
The reason why with your extra light that comes through, it absorbs it and plays it back to you. So you don't have any missing picture on there.
Of course, and I'm sure that comes with more color accuracy, richer tones, of course, with true black technology. Look, it just sounds like the perfect TV to have.
That's
but I get confused sometimes. I mean, the standards keep changing. We went from HD to UHD, and now I want to find out what makes the nanocell range so different.
With nanocell, our previous with the UHD or HD is full HD, meaning you get 1080 pixels.
Okay.
That's what's your entry level. Then with UHD, it's 4 times your normal resolution, and with nanocell, it's also part of the 4K or the UHD resolution. Meaning is with nanocell, with our nanocell range, you get Dolby Vision, which gives you 68.8 billion shades of a color.
Whoa.
And with normal high dynamic range, you get 1 billion shades of a color. So you can basically hear and see the difference in it. And also with nanocell, you can sit anywhere in the room, your picture stays the same. So if you have a movie night or so, you can sit on the side in front of it. The person that sits right in front on the side sees exactly the same picture as the person sitting right on the sweet spot.
You basically have us covered from all angles and, of course, throughout the color spectrum, which I'm
100%.
so excited about. And I know built into these nanocell TVs, you've got AI technology. Now, how can we incorporate this to make a more convenient home?
AI technology where, for example, your phone is laying in your bedroom and is busy charging, you're getting a message. Instead of you jumping up, you can actually view the message on your phone, not on your phone, on the TV. Also, you can control your washing machine, your dishwasher, your fridge, everything from the TV. And also with the AI, also offers you the deep learning process where you can see different shades of green on grass. Also, you can see different colors, literally basically breaking the color spectrum down for you.
So finally, I have to find out from you, Emerson, I always want to know, what is your favorite feature of the nanocell TVs, of course, and what size do you want to get it in?
You get it in 55, 65 and 75 inch. There is an 88 inch or an 86 inch coming, but hopefully it will be here soon because there's a lot of people asking for it.
I mean, how big is your apartment? How big does that need to be? Okay.
My favorite size would be 65 inch, and my favorite on it is the voice command on it.
Wow.
So you can do anything instead of pressing buttons, you volume up or volume down. You just tell it volume 20 or volume 50, then it goes to the volume, it mutes, it goes to any setting that you want to do.
I think my favorite feature has to be that speaker, that Dolby Atmos speaker. Oh, it makes sure that you have surround sound, which I absolutely enjoy. Thank you so much for coming through to the loft again and dropping some jewels, of course, on LG. Now, there you have it. From the amazing design, innovative AI features, and class-leading technology that can actively make your viewing experience better from all angles, the nanocell range is the must-have, and the next step in vivid, clear, and sharp video is already here. We still have so much left lined up for you after the break. We make delicious, delicious desserts with Chef Ratu. And of course, we speak to the judges for the next brand ambassador. Stay right there.
Express yourself.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, the first 3 weeks of the next brand ambassador has seen a panel of judges choosing their top 5 from Johannesburg, Durban and Cape Town. And they have to see what this has to offer now in the world, rather, of marketing and branding. And tonight's episode, we see the judges narrow the collection down to the top 15. And then the national top 12. Welcome back to the loft, of course. Nandi, Odette and Sylvester. You three have had such a task, but it seems to be going quite well. How excited are you through the progression of the show? I know that we're on episode 4 now. That's crazy.
Episode 4 airs actually tonight.
Tonight,
so we're really excited. It's been quite a challenge. Obviously, as you can imagine, throughout the entire country, trying to synthesize it to the top 12 has been quite an amazing thing. But I must say, I think the judges, if I have to say so myself, have really worked hard to deliver 12 of the most incredible young people.
Absolutely. And now we're going to see quite an interesting turn happen in the show where everyone needs to move into a house. I mean, how exciting is that for you, Nandi?
Listen, it's so exciting, but also the dynamics get a bit trickier too. 'Cause you're seeing it even, it's funny how personalities come through even in terms of presenting work.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the dynamic I thought was fun, because we're judging just on their work. It's the end goal, it's the outputs, that's what we're judging on.
Yeah.
And it's funny that a lot of what happens in the house, you know, reflects that too. So if you're having a bad day as a team, it shows. If you're having a good day and you're working well as a team, it also shows. So it's always interesting to see all the characteristics and characters come out and the claws come out.
My God, their claws?
It's really, well,
Daggers, sister,
well,
daggers.
manicured claws, yes, definitely.
That's crazy. So I want you ladies and gentlemen to spill the beans. Which for you has been your #1 region?
Well, I must say that Nandi was rooting for her hometown,
Durban, our hometown,
Of
yes.
course, standard.
And I, although not from Cape Town, was definitely rooting for the hub of creativity, which is Cape Town. Rather underwhelming. And I would say that...
Sylvester's hometown.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, without a shadow of a doubt, Johannesburg is
has impressed.
the best.
Yeah.
Certainly has impressed thus far.
So thus far is the operative word.
Is Joburg.
Yes.
Well, I think there's something about the hustle and bustle of Joburg, and of course Joburg is, I think, a collection and a conglomerate of the different places. So low-key, I think everyone kind of wins there.
Yes, yes.
But it's a competition, so remember, it can turn at any time.
Wow. And talk about turning at any time. The competition has completely taken a turn itself, and now we're down to just 12 contestants. I mean, how was deliberating and going back and forth? Were there any surprises in the contestants, or were you guys pretty sure, pretty simple, you knew what you were doing?
Oh, no.
I think there were a lot of surprises. I mean, at least from my perspective, in terms of, you know, the initial sort of interview stage. And obviously what's quite key is that it's not just about what you say and talking about stuff, but it's actually the consistency of being able to deliver good work consistently. And we haven't been very easy. The challenges that the contestants are getting are tough challenges, and they're reflective of the industry as a whole. So I've been pleasantly surprised, but also I'm really impressed by some consistency on some of the contestants that we are seeing.
Now, without spilling too many of the secrets of what to expect on tonight's episode, what are we going to see? Are there any surprises? Is there any sneak peeks? Is there any juice that I can get right now?
Well, there is a bit of a twist and a turn.
Okay.
Although I must say our lips are sealed.
No,
so you will have to tune in at 7:30 p.m. tonight to catch all the drama, but also the twists, the turns, and the excitement of revealing exactly who made it and who got cut.
And then also just, you know, we've had a tough week in the country. And it's great that we get a show like this where we celebrate our youth and encourage them. So if anything, anyone watching should watch the show to know that there are bright stars out there and to support their own, man, you know. So I'm just proud of all of them. I really am.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Hard as it is, it is part of the business that we look for talent, good talent all the time. And what a privilege it is for us to be able to sow into the lives of young people and to hopefully contribute to 3 young stars achieving their dreams.
And I think that's so beautiful and quite the pearl of the show at the end of the day. That it's not only about one person, it's creating a hub of incredibly talented people, not only in marketing, but of course will be the face of Capitec. That's a huge task. Any closing sentiments, Sylvester?
Absolutely, and in fact, I mean, we will have 3 final winners, but I actually do believe that there will be a million more young people who would have learned something from the show, that have learned a skill or two, how to upskill themselves, how to work together collaboratively, and how to solve brand challenges, because no matter who you are, no matter what stage in your life you are at, the ability to be able to sell yourself, to be able to push yourself, to be able to utilize your skills that you have to drive whatever you're doing is a valuable skill. So this show is not just for marketing people. This show is for young people that want to learn how to hustle and how to really be great.
Absolutely. Well, all that action can be found tonight. Thank you so much. All the best. We'll definitely be having a watching party together, tweeting, going on Instagram and spreading the word. Of course, girl. Now, don't forget, you can catch tonight's episode of The Next Brand Ambassador right here on SABC3 at 7:30 tonight, where the stage is yours.
Tune in to the next episode of The Next Brand Ambassador.
Watch us as we put our top 15 through the paces on their next challenge.
It's real. The game's on.
Why are they putting us on the spot?
There's just so much to do. I am shooketh.
I'm just going to have to pull up my socks here.
It's crunch time and it's not looking good.
Catch us on SABC3 at 7:30 because the stage is yours. I like that, yeah?
Proudly brought to you by Capitec.
Oh, I can't wait to catch all that action. But of course, whilst I'm watching, I want to be enjoying a little goodie. So of course, nothing beats the classic dessert after a delicious meal. And our Clover classic custard and jelly tartlets will certainly make for the perfect treat. Now, with just a few ingredients, you'll have a delicious dessert in no time. SMS the keyword Clover to 33650 if you feel the need of a little indulgence this Thursday. SMSs cost R1.50 and free SMSs do not apply. Welcome to the loft, Chef Ratu.
Thank you so much.
Now, you've got a sweet treat up your sleeve. What do people at home need to know for this recipe?
All you need to do is just have some flour. Okay, and then you just have to roll it out.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
And of course, you're using some puff pastry.
Yes, puff
Let me
pastry.
hold this down for you.
Thank you.
Stunning. Maybe if we can put some flour on the top. Okay, stunning. So basically for this recipe, we just need 3 ingredients, right?
Yes.
We need your puff pastry, we need flour. Of course, we've got some of that delicious custard sugar there.
What we're going to do is just put it on top of the custard, the flour.
Okay, perfect.
And then just roll it out. And then just fold it in.
Okay.
Just roll it out
and you continue rolling.
Yes.
So basically, the key is just to get it as flat as possible.
As flat as possible, yes.
Okay. And of course, incorporating the sugar throughout each process. Okay.
And then what you do is just fold it in.
Okay.
Okay. And then
you do it again.
Do it again.
So we just keep repeating the process. This seems super simple.
Exactly.
How long from start to finish do you think that this recipe takes?
It takes about maybe 30 minutes. 30 minutes.
Oh, that's super simple. Okay. And then what do you
cut
do
it
now?
into blocks.
Okay.
Then you cut it out like that.
Okay. This is basically forming the base of what that tartlet is going to be.
And then what you're going to do is actually take your one and then fold it out like this.
Oh, okay, so we just keep rolling. I guess if you want to let out some weak stress or weak pressure from work, this is the recipe to try at home. And to do that, you need to SMS the keyword Clover to 33650.
Yes.
Stunning.
And then you just need to like roll it out.
Okay. Oh, you roll it again?
Yes, roll it again.
Okay, let's get on to the next step, and we just basically need to place these
inside
in the baking tray.
Yes, and then you just have to like put in the plastic in the paper.
Okay.
And then you just put it in.
Oh, I learned a definite trick here.
Yes.
Where
and then you just put your rice inside the pastry.
So, Chef Ratu, I hear that this is called blind baking.
Blind baking, exactly.
So the trick here is basically to make sure that the rice and the paper hold the shape and the mold of a cup, of course, so that that tartlet comes out perfectly. Okay.
And then after that, you just put it in the oven for 200 degrees.
Okay.
And then just get the clover custard in.
Oh, so at the end of the day, when they come out, they come looking like this.
Yes, the puff pastry comes out looking like
and
that.
And of course, no rice because we've taken it out.
Yes.
Perfect, okay.
And then you put it on top like this.
The hero of the dish, of course, being the Clover Classic Custard. What I like about this is that the convenience of it all is just so simple, so easy. You are so cute. I know you put some delicious jelly here for us.
And put it right on top of the tarts.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And of course, you can decorate as you like at home.
Exactly.
We're combining fan favorites, of course, it being Heritage Month. South Africans love a good jelly and custard. But of course, we're making it super bougie and creating delicious tartlets with this. And if you would like to try this at home, SMS the keyword Clover to 33650. And here's a little reminder of the steps. Watch this.
Made with love by Clover.
Clover Classic Custard, the creamy taste that takes you back. Made with love by Clover.
When it comes to getting some much-needed me time, that is unfortunately very rare. Now, why it's in light of our recently it being Women's Month, I've taken some time out for myself, a day of pampering and some much-needed TLC. Have a look at this. When it comes to having a little me time, I like to sit back, relax, and feel like a queen. That's why I'm at the Protea Hotel Fire and Ice in Melrose Arch. I think I deserve a girl's day out. The Protea Fire and Ice in Melrose Arch is perfectly located. Whether you're a girly girl and a shopaholic like myself, you can visit luxurious shops, or if you're a foodie and you like to take pictures for the gram of everything you eat, there are such beautiful eateries and bars, perfect for entertainment or a corporate trip. The unique feature of each Protea Fire and Ice hotel is that each hotel has its own theme. And walking into the Protea Fire and Ice in Melrose Arch, I'm greeted by a sense of an old Hollywood theme. Beautiful style which is absolutely chic and timeless. I'm so obsessed with the pool area because it gives me an opportunity to relax, unwind, and of course enjoy the incredible food that the restaurant has to offer. Melrose Arch has so many things to offer, but some of the most incredible things has to be the cultural experience. You can enjoy such amazing art galleries and scenic views. One of the best parts about being based in the heart of Melrose Arch is all the amazing little eateries. So I've decided to come out to Paul's to treat myself to some great pastries. The problem is, I don't know what to choose. Paul has a wide range of decadent treats, whether you're into the sweet treats like your almond croissants and your chocolate. At Paul's, I ordered a delicious salmon croissant. I can taste that the croissant is fresh from the bakery. The salmon is so succulent, and this vinaigrette and greens tie the whole meal perfectly together. Bon appetit. To spoil myself, so I decided to head down to Camelot Spa for a day filled with pampering. From pastries to pampering, it's time to relax, refresh, and rejuvenate. It's important as women that we take the time to spoil and love ourselves, and sometimes all it takes is a day at the spa. The staff at Camelot Spa are so lovely and accommodative. I decided to go with a hot stone massage and, of course, a manicure. My mom always used to tell me growing up that a lady needs to have her nails done. So sitting in this chair gives me an incredible opportunity to unwind as the beautician adds some TLC to these hands. The The hot stone massage has to be my favorite treatment. The heat from the stones and rocks definitely penetrates all the tension in my back and shoulders. As I lie on that massage bed, I'm overwhelmed by peace. I'm given the opportunity to reflect on a very stressful week and ask the masseuse to work out all the kinks. My day of pampering at the Camelot Spa made me feel like an absolute queen. With my hectic work schedule from studio to traveling, insert shoots, I needed this time to rest and relax. So after a day filled with pampering and relaxation, I'm ready to take on a new week revived and restored. From decadent treats to a pampered day at the spa, what else can a girl ask for? I'm really feeling refreshed and ready to take on a new week. This has been a day filled with loving myself. Ooh, take me back. How I miss you, Women's Month. What an incredible day, of course, spent at Melrose Arch. Now, if you're looking for a much-needed holiday, why not take advantage of Protea's amazing winter promo, where you can get 15% off the best available rates. And as the Marriott's Bonvoy member, you can enjoy 25% off, as well as a free breakfast. Now, Protea Hotels by Marriott is also giving 2 lucky viewers the chance to each win a 2-night stay for 2, valued at over 2,000 Rand. Now, all you have to do is visit our Afternoon Express Facebook or Twitter page and comment on the competition post, telling us what your favorite Protea Hotels by Marriott to enjoy a relaxing getaway. Competition closes on Thursday, which is today, the 5th of September at midnight. Vast rates apply, T's and C's apply. Visit afternoonexpress.co.za. Now, after the break, we meet Upile Chisala. Stay right there.
Discover the new language of travel. Marriott Bonvoy. 30 hotel brands, endless experiences, rewards reimagined.
Tune in to the next episode of The Next Brand Ambassador.
Watch us as we put our top 15 through the paces on their next challenge.
It's real. The game's on.
Why are they putting us on the spot?
There's just so much to do. I am shooketh.
I'm just gonna have to pull up my socks here.
It's crunch time and it's not looking good.
Catch us on SABC3 at 7:30 because the stage is yours. I like that, yeah.
Proudly brought to you by Capitec.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now at 17 years old, Umpile took it upon herself to tell her own story on her own terms. Now, she gained mass acclaim for her writing on Black womanhood, joy, healing, and of course, Africanness. Her storytelling has become described as breathtakingly raw, honest, and to the core of the issue. To quote the woman herself, she writes, "There is a danger in letting people misuse your name. If you are a fire, do not answer when they call you a spark." Oh, that's very touching, and that's very true. Definitely answer to your name. Welcome to the Loft, Umpile.
Thank you so much, Vanessa.
Now, it seems to, yeah, woo, indeed, girl, because we're about to go into the core and the crux of your work. We see you as part of the generation of writers that have gained such great digital success, I mean, which we're so thankful for. But take it back to the beginning. Take it back to when you first got that love and you were like, no, I'm a storyteller at the core.
Yeah, so thank you so much. As a child, I was always writing stories. Like, I had stories for all my dolls. I was just that kid who would talk forever. And then I would spend such a long time journaling. And then eventually I realized, like probably around 17, that writing is actually very therapeutic. So that was the first time I'd moved to the States, and I started writing because I felt like being a Black woman there was such an oddity. You know, coming from Malawi, coming from my upbringing, I realized that I can actually use this writing tool to heal myself a little bit. And then it took a while to start sharing online, though. So,
but when you did take that step and you did decide to write down your own prose, I mean, you were saying that you just had troubles in the way you were perceived, not only as a Malawian-born lady, but as a woman too. And then you were like, it's important for me to kind of write my own path. Why so?
Well, because I would sit in classes and I'd be the only person who looked like myself. So all the questions that were that had something to do with Africa were always like towards me. It would be the answer, you know. And the comments were just always so wild, and the questions. And I thought there was a lot of ignorance there, and there were a lot of people who were willing and interested in learning. And I thought being a Black woman is something worth celebrating. Why don't I just write it down? And then eventually I started sharing it because I was like, yes, I feel like this today. I feel very sad and low and feel like I'm an oddity to these people. And then I write because I want to celebrate myself. But maybe someone else out there is also going through that. And that's kind of the process.
And that process has definitely brought so much healing, not only to individuals, but I think across the globe. A lot of people can identify with your work and your words. Specifically, we see it now in our country where we want to celebrate our womanness. We want to celebrate our Africanness. And unfortunately, it seems to be going and steered itself in a different way. I know you've got this incredible poem called Usiswami. What is it about?
Well, I was talking earlier about the fact that I wrote this poem for my latest book, A Fire Like You. And living in South Africa since October, I just realized every single day I'm retweeting and retweeting these faces of all these beautiful souls, these Black women who are missing. And I thought, let me write a poem that just expresses how we feel about them. We're missing them. They are so important. And sometimes the news doesn't make it seem that way. And people go missing for months, and we never hear about them again. And this whole thing with Uyinene's murder has really just touched me. And I on a different level, I've been crying for 3 days, and I've been crying with so many other people. And I realized, let me share this. And if words are healing, if my words can do something for someone, maybe I could just share it and say, I'm here for you. I can give you that little hug with my work. Absolutely. Because often we don't feel celebrated, and there's so much violence towards us, and it just breaks my heart. So that's kind
of... I mean, it's very important, and I feel like a lot of people at home can identify with that broken heart, but what we want to do is kind of mold and mend those hearts, bring it back together. It's all about unity at the end of the day, and I feel like if we all are opposing each other, men versus women, South African versus foreign, it just continues to make that divide even bigger. But I thank you so so much for bringing it together, not only with your words, but obviously being an activist, being so strong and standing by what you believe in. Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, Jerry Silverman hits the stage after the break, so stay right there.
What? No, this is fine. What do you?
Okay.
I think it's fine.
Just get it that it pulls out.
Yeah, like that.
Can you hit quickly so that we can check? Should be fine then. Yeah.
I'm just gonna tune. You want me this way?
Two.
The things I do in my mind might make you like me a little bit less.
Can you give me a tiny bit more vocals?
So when I intro started, right? When I intro you just now, we're going to come on that camera.
Okay, to that camera.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now recorded and produced in New York City, the single Comin Done is raw, reflective and honest. Take it away, Jerry.
Thank you so much.
I've been thinking of what I wanna do to you, and I've been wondering why I can't let you go. I've never been afraid to come undone, and I know that it scares the out of you. I've never been afraid to speak my mind, but you won't, even when it's true. And I've been thinking what I wanna do to you, and I've been wondering why I can't let you go. Scratch the inside of my mind to find you never knew I could be this unkind. Wrap the blinders round your eyes to hide Maybe you just can't handle me, honey. I wanna see you. I wanna see you. Maybe you've seen the worst of me, honey. Maybe you just can't handle me, honey. I wanna see you. I wanna see you dance tonight. And I've been thinking of what I wanna do to you. And I've been wondering why I can't let you go.
Absolutely so beautiful. As we wrap up the show, Upile, do you have any words of encouragement, advice to all South Africans that are watching?
Besides just hoping that the government finds practical solutions to help with this problem, I also just want everyone to hold each other in this moment. I really believe in sisterhood. I really believe in unity. I really hope that we are taking account of each other and caring for each other deeply.
Absolutely, so beautiful. Jerry, come on over. It's all about unity today. We're all coming together. We're all celebrating everything South African.
Yeah,
what an
such a powerful day.
Such a powerful day. Such a powerful performance. That was so beautiful, and I'm sure it resonated with absolutely everyone watching. Of course, you were trained internationally, but we're so glad to have you back home. You too, Upile, your words truly do touch, truly do heal, and your auras combined is everything that we're looking forward to. Thank you again. And tomorrow we meet Sitelo, the DJ. Thank you so much for watching. Good night and God bless. Mwah.
Afternoon Express, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.